Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Join your hosts Patti and Meagan on this epic historical journey. If you're here, you probably already know that we love women's sports. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle?
So Patti is trying to goad me into, I don't know, giving something up very quickly. So here's the deal, guys.
Historic weekend.
It was a historic weekend for sure. But let's talk about like what we're going to be doing, because I think it's important just to be like, hey, for all the hockey fans out there, guess what? It's the off season. There's not a lot going on in the PWHL right now. Like, if you want to know what the players are doing, you need to be following their social medias, because anybody who's doing on social media is telling you all the things they're doing this summer. And I don't need to recap anybody's social media. That just sounds boring. So
not our job.
No. So long story short, because we're in the off season, and because yes, we've now had this amazingly historic weekend that we're going to start talking about. I think that maybe Gloves Off is going to take on a little bit new meaning for, at least a couple weeks while the Women's Pro Baseball League is on, because we have
a little different glove.
Caught the baseball fever for sure, for real. So
how can we not, honestly?
Yeah, because I think the reality is we just love women's sports, and we'll talk about, a bunch of stuff. But I do want to give a huge shout out right now to Alicia Crank, and just that we are going to have a bonus episode this week. We were planning on putting the episode that we recorded with her last week out Monday, but we felt like because the opening weekend of the WPBL was this weekend, that we needed to put this episode out to talk about the WPBL and what it means to us and what we've seen going on. So love you, Alicia, and she already knows this. We've talked to her about it, that we are just going to slide the episode to a midweek episode this week. So it's a double episode week too, guys. Woo! That should make everybody really happy. So anyway, because more is more in our estimation.
More is more. Yeah. I swear that's a theme.
It is really a theme right now. More is more. But anyway, so what we are going to be talking about this episode, and probably, some episodes coming up over the next couple weeks, is the Women's Professional Baseball League, because it is happening right now. It was opening weekend in Springfield, Illinois. So we've talked about this, but we'll say it again. All the games are being played in Springfield, Illinois. So there are 4 teams in this inaugural season. They, will play for the next, what do we decide? Like 5 weeks? Yeah, like 5 weeks. There's a game almost every day. There's a couple Saturdays that are double headers. And it's on ESPN Plus. So that's the other thing. If you live in the United States, you can catch it on ESPN Plus. I think there's a few games that are going to be free on the Scripps network.
Right. Tonight was free on
Tonight was a free one on Scripps. And then if you're outside of the US, it's the opposite of the PWHL. You can catch it on YouTube for free. So those of us inside the US, which we were actually talking about this with my parents tonight, that it is an inconvenience. Don't hear me wrong. Free is nice and YouTube is great. But the fact that in the inaugural season of a 4-team league, they have made a deal with ESPN, not even just like a network, like a broadcast deal with ESPN is huge. It is huge. And so I don't want to blow past that or minimize that. And I know, again, people are like, oh, you got to pay to watch. But
yeah, you got to pay to watch.
That's the thing, is that the league is making money, and it's a way to help the league stay sustainable is by them having a broadcast deal. So it's something the PWHL, we're going to talk about PWHL obviously a little, but it's something PWHL has been working on in the United States for a while, and they're still looking to do it. They want a broadcast deal. So it is a way that leagues make money. So I just want to put that out there. So
we got ESPN Plus.
Well, we've had it ESPN. Yeah. We just for the NHL season, because, my wife is a Ducks fan, we will get the ESPN Plus, but then we normally just drop it off in the off season because it's $10 a month that we can save by not having anything else to watch. But now we have something lovely to watch. So we are going to talk through, there was 2 games this weekend. So the big game for us was the Saturday game. It was the initial game. It was the LA Queens against the New York Heights, and we are LA Queens fans, and we will remain LA Queens fans until Seattle has a team, and then we will switch because we're hometown girls. So if Seattle ever gets a team.
Yeah. When
Seattle gets a team,
Yes, we will become Seattle fans, but the Queens will always have a place in our heart because
absolutely,
they're
because of Ashton.
Yeah, it really is because of Ashton.
Absolutely. And then people are like, how did you choose your team? I'm like, we chose our team because we met Ashton. And I think I don't care if people want to judge me for that, whatever. Like, that's how I chose you. That's right. But the really interesting thing is we were talking about tonight because so Saturday's game was LA against New York. And then tonight's game that we just finished, finished watching was San Francisco against Boston. And I was saying, like, I now know because we've kind of lived in this world for, the last month or so since we met Ashton and kind of, started delving into the fact that there was a women's professional baseball league that was coming, that I started to get to know some of the players. And I already kind of knew a couple of them through Banana Ball, which is how we met Ashton. Mm-hmm. But we've been learning about some of the other players. And the only team I don't really feel like I have any affinity to or any players that I'm really
know them
exactly don't is the Hunters, which is Boston. But I honestly, even just like scrolling through some social media in like the last 5 minutes, they were doing a really cute reel with Coach Jackie, and I was like, oh no, I get they're all these teams. Oh, this was for me. So Patty and I went and watched the game. We did a fit check yesterday. We wore our Queens jerseys yesterday. So for everyone who's watching and not listening, I'm wearing my 365 Hockey Girl hat and my Soccer Chick shirt. We are totally off brand for talking about baseball. I'm wearing a soccer shirt, a hockey hat. Patty's wearing a hockey shirt, but because I have my Oops All Goalies hat on. Yeah, because we went to soccer games for the kids today, so that's what we've been doing today. But yesterday we had our Queens jerseys on all day because honestly, we went to the farmer's market and I was like, I just want somebody to ask me who the Queens are. No, they didn't. I did tell a barista though, because I'm like, she's like, what do you do today? I'm like, actually, since you asked, I will tell you all about the fact that the Women's Professional Baseball League is starting again today after 70 years. So, anyway, so we knew that we were probably going to be a little bit late because we had something until 4:00 and the game was supposed to start at 3:30. It did not. It didn't end up starting that time because of rain delay, which was, it was very... It was precarious. I thought they were going to cancel. But it was also perfect because we literally walked in. We went and our friends Karen and Evelyn, who've been on the podcast, so you all know who they are now. We went over to their house to watch the game and have dinner. And so literally the game was starting as we were walking in through the door. Yeah. So we missed a little bit of the opening, but we heard they announced Coach Jackie as one of the officiants, or I don't know, that you can go back and watch. Yeah. But there was a bunch of, obviously maybe a dignitary. Yeah. Just there was a bunch of ceremony that happened. As it should. Oh no, gosh. 100%. It was exactly how it should be. And one of the coolest things was watching Mabel Blair. Mabel. Yeah, Mabel. It's Mabel. Oh. I believe it's Mabel. It's spelled Mabel. I know, but I think she says Mabel. I think she called herself Mabel. I am not. Okay, well maybe. I don't know. If I'm saying it wrong, somebody, Brian. Oh, I don't know. Gosh, we're doing anything. I don't have anything to drink. Sorry. What is happening? I don't know. Anyway, I can clink with myself. Here, Brian, tell us if it's Mabel, because it is spelled Maybelle. Yes. Like that is how it's spelled, but I believe it's Mabel Blair. Anyway, she's amazing. I digress. Yeah. 99 years old, you guys, and she played. Sharp as a tack. Oh, sharp as a tack, but she played for the All-American girls professional baseball league. There's a lot of letters, but she played for them, and so she pitched for them, right? So she threw out the ceremonial first pitch to Kelsey Whitmore, who is the pitcher for is a pitcher for the San Francisco Fireball. So. But the cooler thing about that, not only did she get to do that, but then we found out what the mascot was, guys. So PWHL fans, get ready to be jealous, like jealouser than jealous, because not only do these teams have names, these teams have logos, these teams have uniforms, and they have a flippin' mascot. And granted, it's a mascot for the entire league, but still. It's appropriate that it's for the entire league. Because it's Mabel. Oh my gosh, it's hysterical with this back cane, and she holds your back and like does things that, oh my gosh, and then cartwheels. So you have to skirt with shorts underneath. Yeah, you have to Google this woman, because this woman she's got a big, huge, fluffy white hair, and then she wears these wraparound baseball sunglasses, and so it's like, so the mascot, it is Chef's Kiss. Spot on. Yeah, Chef's Kiss. They could not have done better. And I love the fact that she's on board with it and thinks that it's hilarious too. It is. And was at both games. She was at the game tonight and the game last night. We're at both games. Oh, with the
Both
mascot.
ones.
No, I know, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
the real life one.
Yes.
Was it both? We have been at she was at both games.
I hope she's there when we're there.
Yeah, so that's the other big news, guys, is that we've said it on social media, but we are planning a trip with our friends to go see. I think we're up to four games.
4 games. Yeah.
The trip got extended, which we're very excited about.
Very excited.
And we originally said we were going to go see 2 games because we're going to be there Thursday through We were going to be there Thursday through Sunday, but now. And then we were like, why are we not going to the Friday night game? We should go to the Friday night game. So we got tickets to the Friday night game. So then it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And now the last game of the regular season is on Sunday, and we extended our trip out so that we could do some other stuff. And so I think we're going to go to Sunday. We haven't bought tickets yet, but we're going to go to the Sunday game. So we're going
to buy those tickets. They might sell out.
Maybe because it's the last game of the season.
Yeah, first game sold out.
Anyway, but so we will be there. It sounds like we're going to see at least 4 games. So we'll get to see a good, hopefully we'll get to see a good mix. And it'll be end of season, end of regular season. So they'll be fighting for playoff positioning and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So it's just awesome, guys. And again, like, I get it. Everybody doesn't have the reach to subscribe to ESPN Plus, but
go to Springfield.
Yeah, for sure. But I would just say, if that's in your, in the scope of what you can do, or like Rough and Tumble was,
right.
Yeah, Pitch the Baby. I mean, there's places you can go here locally.
Everyone has ESPN. That's any sports bar.
Yeah, should have ESPN.
They will put it on.
Yeah,
you go to a
women's sports bar is going to have it on. Yeah, they're going to have it on. Absolutely. So I would just say, like, let's, because that was kind of the discussion tonight. We were talking about, like, I just hope the excitement for this doesn't wane. Because it is so compact, and it is game after game after game
in the same
place. And so we're just like, the residents of Springfield are probably going to it's going to be fun for a couple days, and then it's going to be like, okay, people, let's get this done with. But hopefully for tourism and that sort of thing, it's going to be a boon for the city. And yeah. So anyway, we're going to go enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the game. So the game on Saturday night was LA against New York, like we said. And this was a nail biter. And I mean, I said it when we first started watching the game. I hated watching baseball growing up. I thought it was boring. And my mom and I actually had this discussion tonight, because she was like, I just can't watch baseball. And I was like, I felt that way too, until I started watching these women play. And it's a different vibe. As are most women's sports.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe than normal baseball. So I will say this too. If you're like, oh, baseball, what a snooze. It's not. And I think my dad actually put that into context for me, is because it's not just between the pitcher and the batter, which I think that in the MLB,
the MMLB, it is.
In the MMLB,
it is.
We're adding the M into all the men's leagues.
All the men's leagues.
But yeah, so I think that's something. It is not that way. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, the pitcher and the batter still have a prime role in all of this, but there's a lot more hitting. There's a lot more scoring. If you've seen the scores over the last 2 days, there's just a lot of action that's happening. That's not just the pitcher and the batter.
Between the pitcher and the batter.
So to me, that's entertaining. It makes it a lot more entertaining. So moving back to the game, the Los Angeles Queens led off. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to have to, I dropping stuff. No, it's okay. You're going to have to forgive us. I know some baseball terms because I did grow up in a baseball city and had to watch baseball growing up, but I'm definitely not an expert. I don't know that.
I mean, I don't think I'm an expert, but I know some baseball. So.
Yeah. So we're going to give it our best. We're going to learn, and hopefully we'll all learn together and get in our comments and tell us if we're wrong. Brian will do it. I mean, he will always do it, but we invite anybody, especially if you're a baseball aficionado. We would love to learn. We will actually, we'll talk about this a little bit later, that there is some rule differentiation, it's just very nuanced, but there is a little bit of rule differentiation. Yeah. The one thing to know is it is only 7 innings.
Only 7 innings, and there's no challenges, no replay challenges.
Yeah, so they don't. Yeah, there's the broadcast. I'm going to breathe in and breathe out. The broadcast was a little rough.
Okay, it was rough on Saturday. It got better on Sunday.
Yeah, so we're hoping that the learning curve
is short. And it did get a lot better on Sunday. And I know it's going to be better. When's the next game? Wednesday?
Tuesday? I think Wednesday. Wednesday's the next game.
And I hope it's going to get better, because this league is learning, and they're putting their best foot forward. And honestly, they are doing it. They're doing it right.
Yeah. Yeah. So the game started, and
it was raining. It almost rained out.
Sure, the sun did come out so when they finally took they finally took the tarp off the field. They decided that after the delay, they were going to start the game. The sun did come out for a little while. That was only like the first 2 innings, but it was still wet. Like, and that was the thing that we noticed the difference between the game last night and the game tonight is just even the fielding looked a lot different because it wasn't wet. At one point, I don't remember if it was Karen or Evelyn. One of them said like the LA uniforms because they're black almost look leather because the polyester was wet. Yeah, and it just like there was the sheen on it because they were so wet. So you can imagine in your mind, that's the wetness that was going on. So LA came out and scored two runs in the first inning. So we were, obviously because we're rooting for the Queens. Did I say? I said LA. Oh my gosh, I almost thought I said the bad K word.
No.
I know.
No, she did not.
I'm sorry.
Never say that.
Okay.
There are 2 bad K words, but you did not say that.
I didn't say either one of them. Okay. So anyway, there is an LA team that starts with a K, and I'm sure everybody
I don't know what she's talking
about. It's a hockey team. Anyway, okay. So the Queens came out and scored 2 runs, and actually it was Monet. It was Monet Davis scored the first, which I was very happy. Monet Davis. She was actually the first girl to ever pitch a little league.
Pitch a no hitter.
Yeah, no hitter. Yeah. So so she and she's a Black woman. So I was very excited that we got the first run ever. The first RB. The first across home plate was from a Black woman and a Black woman with this incredible baseball history. Yeah, so it was amazing. It was amazing. And so the second run was Ashton, which of course we were, screaming and hollering and having all kinds of fun because we were excited to see her come through too.
Yeah. So we were excited to end the top of the first up 2-0.
Absolutely.
And then New York came up.
And it was a lot.
Yeah. They got 5 runs.
They did get 5 runs.
And it was a lot of hitting.
And it was
a lot of hitting.
Yeah. So, and I want to say, and I don't know if it was in the first inning or not, Danae Benitez got
the first home run.
The first home run in the league. And so far, the only home run in the league. Right. There was not a home run tonight.
I don't think that was in the first inning.
Okay.
But don't quote me on it. Brian will tell me.
At some point, sure. Danae Benitez, who is their catcher, who is the catcher for the New York Heights.
Ashton's bestie.
Yeah, they are besties. And also plays in banana ball.
Mm-hmm.
So she got the first home run ever in the women's.
It was beautiful.
It was
the celebration was.
I think she was alone. I think there wasn't even.
No, there wasn't anyone on base. It was just a single homer, but it was well celebrated.
Yeah.
And,
they like tunneled her coming into home. It was beautiful. Yeah, she was really excited.
Yeah.
So whether that was in the first inning or not, I don't know. But New York went up 5-2. It was hit after hit. What?
There were some recent plays on there, but it just said the 7th.
That's from the 7th inning. Yeah. We're looking at the box score on the Women's Professional Baseball League website, and that's what we're kind of going off of because our memories, we can't remember scores and all that kind of stuff. So it's not the same as the play-by-play in the hockey world. So we're piecing it back together for you because it was last night that we watched this game, and we've seen another game since then. So just there you go. So 5-2. Right. And end of the first inning, 5-2. And I will say maybe it did start raining pretty quickly thereafter.
Yeah.
Because it got real sloppy. And it was interesting because there was a lot of funky bounces, fielding mistakes that it just, it was surprising to see, And
I think the field was wet. And it was muddy, and it was raining, and there was a lot of clouds. And I mean, the lights were on the whole game, but it was just it was difficult. I'm sure. I mean, I couldn't do it on my best day in perfect
conditions.
Weather. Yeah. So there was a lot, and there was a learning curve too. And I just feel, it's funny because obviously we told you the Queens won, but it was all New York in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And then it kind of settled down, and everything was kind of even, and then LA just came.
Oh, so it wasn't even. So that's the thing, is it was after the second inning, it was 7-2. And then in there was no score at all in the third inning.
Right.
In the fourth inning, the Queens scored 2. So now we're 4-7.
7-4.
7-4, and they scored in the bottom, and so it was 8-4, which is so it was 8-4 at that point, and there was no score in the fifth. And at this point, I think we're eating dinner, and we're like, okay, well, it's a learning curve. Everybody's learning. You know, our team can't win every time. And I was joking about the fact that, like, oh, we're rooting for a team. It must mean they're not going to win. You know, that kind of.
We don't want to be those fans.
We don't want to be those fans.
But you know what? We're those fans.
Yeah, I was like, Torrent got last place. Okay, anyway.
It's okay.
It is okay. So,
then LA scored 2 more.
Then LA in the 6th inning. Yeah, in the 6th inning, the top of the 6th, the Queens, you know, scored 2 more goals. This is gonna be hard, guys. 2 more runs. And yeah, so 8-6, which I mean, we were excited. We're like, oh my gosh, like we're within 2 runs. This is great, guys. We have a whole nother inning. We were not anticipating what the 7th inning was going to become at all.
Really crazy because we got 2 outs right away. Like
we did.
We had 2 outs on the books, like almost immediately. I think it was the
first 2.
Right, got 2 outs.
Yeah,
and then we started getting some. There were some drop balls.
Yeah,
there were some drop flies.
Well, and that was the other thing. Besides the weird errors in the grounding, there was a bunch of drop fly balls, which we did not see tonight. As much. Like there was actually a really awesome save tonight too. But there was just a lot of drop fly balls, which I think was the combination of the rain and the lights and all that kind of stuff. So again, they're warming up. I mean, I said this in the group chat with Brian and Ava tonight. I'm like, they're warming up.
Well, and they're just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Monet hasn't played professional baseball since Little League, I think.
I don't think it's been that long.
After that, I don't know, but it's been a while. Some other women have come from softball. Some other women got off the freaking bus today and started playing. Yeah. One woman today didn't even have her name on her shirt.
Yeah.
So I forget who it was, but so, you know, there is a learning curve and we're getting to know each other but then...
Oh yeah, then hitting is contagious. That's what Evelyn said, which made me laugh. I'm like, hitting is contagious. No, it was really great because it was just like one after another, after another, and after another, and then it was finally. Now we're tied 8-8, and then Hondras, I'm going to say her name correctly. Yeah. Hondras is the one who I think batted in the final two runs. Yeah, the final 2 runs
to make it 10-8.
And so we ended the top of the 7th, 10-8. And so there's only 7 innings, remember, so this is it. So New York's got to come back and do something, you know, at this point to win this game because we're ahead.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know if it was 3 up, 3 down, but
I think it was.
But we did notice, and we will give a huge shout out again because we love Ashton. The last 2 outs of the game were both grounded balls that she fielded and threw to first base in beautiful. Yeah, they were beautiful throws. It was a beautiful play, and it was just like
such an arm on her because seriously, like we saw it today, and Dad said something today, like the third base person. What are we? Third base.
Third base. Uh-huh.
No, that doesn't. Whatever.
Man.
Yeah,
third base person.
Third base person doesn't sound right, but threw the ball and it had to arc it. You know, Ashton like line like straight across, and it was beautiful to watch, and it was almost the same play twice.
Yeah.
So she really shined in the bottom of the 7th.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then they won the game.
Yeah.
I think another thing, it was a close call at home. For one of the final runs, I think that came in
for us,
for LA. And yeah, Danae was a little upset about the call, but it was safe. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do remember.
She got a little upset. But it's fun. It's you know, I mean, it sucks to lose. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, they should be fine. What a historic thing. But like, oh my gosh, like to be able to be passionate about this game and play this game at the level that these women are playing it. So I'm going to aside really quick. So Team USA just like dominated the group round of the Women's Baseball World Cup. And
dominated is an understatement.
No, it's ridiculous. In 5 games, they scored 102 points and their opponents scored 12.
Yeah.
In 5 games.
Yeah.
So there's obviously hugely talented roster on the Team USA. And Ashton actually talked about the reason why they can't do the Olympics yet for women's baseball is because there's not enough developed talent in other, and they're working on it. She's like, she's traveled to other places to help develop teams and that sort of thing. So that's really cool. But what I said is like, I can't wait to see all of that talent dispersed between 4 teams, plus the other really talented players from all the other countries plugged in, and that's what we got to see this weekend. We got to see these amazing women who are uber talented, you know, perform. And no, it wasn't perfect. Of course, it wasn't perfect, but they did a good job.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful.
No, not at all.
And it was beautiful.
So LA won, which is unusual for us to be cheering for a winning team.
I know.
We were like,
but comeback queens, and
definitely comeback queens. Yeah,
we love rooting for the underdog, and we kind of felt like the underdog after
for
the
sure.
first few innings.
For sure.
I mean, I felt like the underdog.
Yeah.
So it was really nice, and I'll tell you, the post game press conference was really heartwarming.
Yes, it was.
It was, the coach was awesome. The Monet and Maggie Fox, who was amazing, started in left field and then ended up pitching. She closed. 20 years old. Like, seriously, just
her excitement was palpable. Like, it was really cute. I mean, Monet too. Like, for both of them, the excitement that they brought to the press conference afterward was palpable. And
the assistant coach was amazing.
Oh yeah,
the whole thing was amazing.
So they have it all. It's all that's all on their YouTube channel. We didn't actually end up watching the Heights press conference because it
wasn't shown on ESPN Plus.
No, but we weren't on ESPN Plus. We were on YouTube.
It wasn't shown then.
Well, they cut the end, and I guess we didn't know they were coming back, so we were just like, oh, I guess New York isn't going to get. But it's posted on YouTube now. I haven't even had a chance to watch it yet, but they're doing again. I want to shout out, kudos to WPBL. Like, I feel like they're doing a really good job of getting stuff out there, getting the media out there. We applied for press credentials for the time that we're going to be in Springfield, and so we're getting all the media announcements and that sort of thing. And they just, like, the communication has been awesome,
stellar communication.
Yeah. So it's obvious that they're trying really hard to make sure that any information they have, they're trying to get out to everybody and make it available. So Absolutely. It's just really, it just feels really awesome to be able to see this taking shape and forming the way it is.
Absolutely. So. And there was another game today.
There was another game today. So that's why, and I, you haven't even mentioned this yet. We're recording at my least favorite time, which is Sunday night. Yeah. But we're recording because we wanted at Sunday night because we wanted to wait until after this game so we could talk about both games this weekend. And I'm glad we did, because this game was a little different, felt a little different.
It did.
For sure.
We had still had, everyone announced and everyone was there, and New York and LA were there in the stands, which was amazing.
So the players, the New York and LA players, I think they did a little, paraded. I don't mean that derogatorily, but they all paraded on the field before the game, but then the players stayed and they signed autographs and hung out with the fans. And some of them, I think, were even just like sitting watching the game.
Yeah.
So I probably won't be that way all season long. I get it. Like, these are human beings that need time off and breaks away from, being on, but
that's how you grow a league. That's how you grow fans. That's how you get butts in seats, because the interaction and the fans, that's all they want. They want
a connection. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to connect with athletes. So, anyway, so this too was, it was a great game. It was a little more one-sided, which, I don't know that I wasn't expecting, but it didn't become really one-sided.
Until the fifth?
No, it was the third inning.
Okay, yeah, it was the third.
Yeah, so and again, I think the third inning was more of a hits are contagious situation. Like, it was just like
very contagious at that point.
It's going to be a new saying that Patti and Meagan say: hits are contagious.
Yeah.
But I think, for me, as always, like, I like to learn about the players. I like to know about the players. I like to bring their personalities forth if we could do any of that. And so it was very heartwarming, because at one point, Amanda Gianelloni, I'm going to butcher her name. I've seen it. I know who she is. Anyway, AJ, who is who's the broadcaster that
does an amazing job.
Oh yeah, AJ. Yeah, AJ's our new Beyonce in softball. We love AJ. AJ Andrews? No, what's her last name? Anyway, and somebody will tell us. But
it's AJ to me.
AJ.
Rusty's now, so it's just AJ.
We're gonna meet her when we're there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But AJ was interviewing Amanda's wife, and they just found out that they're expecting a little boy. And so it was fun to hear them talk about, just how excited they are to be part of this historical thing, and that they get to raise their child in this, knowing that, his mom was one of the original, WPBL players. And it's just, I think, I don't remember who said it, maybe it was Danae, basically that when Kelsey took the first pitch from Mabel, that she was just in tears. And just, I think a lot of them were just,
even the referee and the umpire, not referee,
the umpires.
The umpires were like totally choked up.
Oh yeah.
They never thought they would be there either. And
so it was an all-female umpire crew, both days.
I hope it's the all season.
Yeah. Well, at least both these days it was an all-female umpire crew. And yeah, they were facing, the two umpires were facing each other across home plate. And you could see the one's face, and like she was losing it. Yeah. Like she just could not. And I mean, it was beautiful. Like it was beautiful to see. Yeah. So these women, they deserve everything that they're getting right now. I'm so happy. It's very heartwarming to see, the ones that maybe are past playing in the game, but can still do things like umpiring and that sort of thing. So
absolutely. Yeah. Coach.
Yeah. Cause that was the other thing. Who are we looking up who is an umpire? Who's coaching the assistant coach for the LA Queens? Yeah. I can't remember.
Hyphenated name.
Oh, she has a very long, no, it's a very long hyphenated name. But the assistant coach for the LA Queens, she's a minor league umpire, but she's an umpire. That's what she's one of the first women to be, a professional men's umpire.
Yeah, it was minor league. Yeah, but still, it was professional
men's. Yeah, sports.
First one.
Yeah. Amazing. So, I'm trying to think of who else, or what else we can talk about. So, the Firebells came out, scored in the first inning, and then the Hunters did not. And then they, kind of traded a little bit in the second inning. It was 2 runs to 1. And so they were up 3-1, and then they kind of blew it out in the third.
Blew it out in the third. The game was kind of over in the third. I mean, the Hunters did get a couple more runs, but the Firebells were just on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to say on the Firebells, the Jill Albiati.
Okay.
She's from Anaheim. So that's, close to my heart because I grew up in, near Anaheim. And so I was kind of cheering her on. And, there's some other players on the team that are kind of close to us and close to our friends. So it was fun to watch and fun to cheer on.
I'm going to call out Sabrina Robinson. We actually just started following her on social media.
Okay.
So she is the first baseman that did the splits.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Like, I've never seen that before. I mean, total splits to make the play. And she had to do it too.
Yeah, so Denver Bryant, and I love the fact that this is so cool. Like, I'm learning these players and it makes me so happy.
She likes the name Denver Bryant.
I do. Denver Bryant's a cool name. So Denver is the third baseman or third base person.
Third base.
Yeah, she played third base. She played
good.
Yeah, she played third base. She, fielded a grounder and then fired it across, and it was short, and Sabrina had to stretch, and so she ended up doing this
very flexible, a
la Gina Davis from A League of Their Own. It was really cool. Yeah, it was very cool. So wow, wouldn't that be cool if they got Gina Davis to come out?
Gosh, she should be there. Why wasn't she there this week?
She'll come for the playoff. Maybe she'll come
for Labor Day weekend. Gina, are you there?
Make a lesbian's dream come true. Please show up with the baby. Oh my gosh.
I don't want
Rosie O'Donnell yet, but Rosie O'Donnell will come back to the United States. No. Okay, well, let's stop talking.
Yeah. Stop talking about it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the Firebells, it blew it out in the third, and the Hunters did come back and they got 2 more runs in the fourth, but it was really, it was kind of all over at that point.
Yeah,
so,
it was.
Other than that, really awesome play. And there was another, who's the outfielder that slid and caught that? It was a Hunter.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was such a good catch.
I don't know who it was. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh, it was center field, wasn't it?
It was center field.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Haas. There she is, center field. Yeah. Yeah, so it was a fly ball to center field.
Yeah, she caught it in the end of the mitt, and
we thought she dropped it.
Oh yeah, I didn't think she had it.
She rolled.
Yeah, and got dirty and came up with the ball. It was a sight to watch.
Yeah.
So
there was some obviously the Hunters didn't not play a great game because we're calling out plays that they made, which were awesome. But the Firebells just they blew it out of the water. I think if that third inning too was the pitching. I think it was the pitching issue that they probably should have pulled the pitcher
a little earlier. They were lighting that pitcher up. It wasn't fun to watch.
No, it wasn't.
No. So it was kind of like our kids play soccer on Sundays.
Yeah.
and on the little one this morning. And I mean, they're 6-year-olds, and there's this 6-year-old on the other side, just like scoring goal after goal after goal. I'm like, this isn't fun. Why are you doing that? Like, it felt, it had that same feel to it. Like,
except for the 6-year-olds, none of them were keeping score, which is the funny thing is Patti was and nobody else was.
I didn't keep score. It was just, you're a lot. Why don't you pass the ball? That's all I thought about.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what else was really inspiring about this weekend was the merch line.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was reminiscent of PWHL.
Oh, yeah.
Because it wrapped around the building and they were filming it the whole way. And I know they sold out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why they didn't sell out of everything, but merch was all over in the stands, and the line was a sight to see. Yeah. Yeah. It definitely warmed my heart.
And I don't want to say we complained, but we made a comment about the fact that the buttons on the jerseys are selling to the public are fake. And Ashton got in the comments and said she's talking to him about it. And I'm like, yes,
thank you, Ashton.
Yes, thank you, Ashton. We appreciate it because we would love buttons that go all the way down.
Yes, we want to have.
I want to be able to open it. Yeah, open them up a little bit. Anyway, so that this is the first of probably a few episodes about the Women's Professional Baseball League. Again, if you are solely a Torrent fan or a PWHL fan, and this is not your flavor,
don't give up. We're still.
Well, no, we'll still. I mean, hockey will be back. Hockey, and the cool thing is PWHL has a much longer season than the WPBL. Yeah. So we'll have a lot of content coming. Don't worry about that.
Summer, we got winter. Everything's
absolutely
all good.
It is all good, but I don't want anybody to despair that maybe we're not gonna. We will continue to cover the Torrent. We promise. We are fans. We still have season tickets, and we will be there, and
they're in our hearts.
Tell you all about it. But for right now, this is super fun, and like I said, we've caught some baseball fever, and I'm just really enjoying learning about these players, learning about the league, learning about the history, of which there is a plenty, and so anything else to say about baseball?
My last word.
We're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say what's upcoming first.
Sure.
And then do last words. Okay. So just so everybody knows what's coming up, because, we did this during the season and now we're in another season, so we can say what's coming up. So there are games this week, starting back on Wednesday. I think there's a game every day through the wind. I think they take Mondays off pretty regularly and maybe Tuesdays on Mondays and Tuesdays off. Okay. So there's pretty much a game every night. And again, if you're in the US, ESPN Plus, some of them are free on Scripps. I've heard even that Tubi had the game on tonight. I don't know. Like, I think there's places you can find them. But if you're our Canadian friends or someplace else outside the US, you can get it on their YouTube channel. It is streaming there. So that's what's coming up this week. And then we will put out a midweek episode, like we promised. Alicia Crank, which was a great episode where we talked about the draft, we talked about the She Weekend, just what's upcoming for her too. So that was a really great conversation. So look for that. That's going to come out Thursday.
Yeah.
And then we are going to the Rain game on Sunday. So the Rain are finally back in town, and we have promised so many people that we will go see the Rain. And so we are more than likely going to record the episode after the Rain game on Sunday night. So we'll be doing another
my wife's favorite time
late night. I know, which I'm also kind of like, when are we going to talk about baseball if we talk about the Rain game? But we'll figure it out, guys. But we will be going to a Rain game for the first time. And we're taking literally everyone we know. Brian and his whole family, everyone's coming. It's going to be great. Like, I'm excited too, because I think there's a lot of our PWHL peeps, our hockey family, that are also Rain fans. And so we'll get to see them too. So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming up for us in the next week. There's so much more, but that's, we'll give you the snippet. And so I think we're ready for last word.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, everyone should know it. I mean, right?
Baseball?
No. Historic.
Oh, historic.
Historic. What a historic weekend. Oh my gosh. The reintroduction
not
of professional women's baseball, and just at the stadium where it last was played, with the players that were there. I mean, there were two more tonight. They had to have been there last night too, but with Mabel there and Mabel there, and it was really historic.
Yeah,
and we're happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So support the league if that is your, pleasure any way you can. And I think literally, honestly, watching the games is probably one of the best ways to support from afar, because it's just going to help, their numbers, the more people that tune in. So, And the funny thing is the games are like afternoon. They're like afternoon games here because they're like 6:30 games in Central Time Zone. So like 4:30 games here, which for me, because I normally stop working about 4, it's like, oh, that's great. I can just get off work and watch a baseball game.
Perfect.
I know, before dinner even, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 7 innings, it's over. We have dinner. That's perfect.
Right. That's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks.
Okay. I think that's it for right now, guys. Again, Torrent Hockey will be back on in a couple months, but we're going to fill the time with some LA Queens
baseball
fun. Yeah, I mean, it'll be more than the Queens. We'll talk about all the teams, but we have an affinity for the Queens.
So. We do. Thanks, Ashton.
Thanks, Ashton. Okay.
That's it.
I think that's it.
All right.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.